Dual selfie camera helps to create better depth of field or shooting wide-angle selfie. At this time, it is one of the key features for flagship smartphone. Hello guys, welcome to Everything Smartphone. Today I have to present 5 best smartphone with dual selfie camera. So without further ado, let's jump into the list. Realme 6 Pro is an updated version of Realme 6. There are slightly difference in specs, camera and processors. If you want to know more, then check out the description below where I talk about these two phones. Realme 6 Pro is available in the market from March 2020. The phone got a 6.6-inch IPS LCD touchscreen display and a resolution of 1080 x 2400 pixels with an aspect ratio of 20:9. And it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. The Realme 6 Pro has installed 8nm Snapdragon 720G processor for its performance with integrated GPU Adreno 618. It has 6GB or 8GB of RAM with 64GB or 128GB UFS 2.1 internal storage respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory up to 256GB via a microSD card. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has quad camera setup on the back side. It has 64MP main shooter with f1.8 aperture and the 12MP telephoto lens with f2.5 aperture and the 8MP ultra-wide sensor lens with f2.3 aperture, and the fourth camera is 2MP macro lens with f2.4 aperture. On the front side, it has 16MP selfie camera with f2.1 aperture and a 8MP selfie camera with f2.2 aperture. Realme 6 Pro operates Android 10 Realme UI operating system. As for the battery, it has 4300 mAh non-removable battery with 30W fast battery charging support. The phone is available in 3 color variants: lightning blue, lightning orange, lightning red, and it weighs about 202 grams. Xiaomi Redmi K30 available in the market from December 2019. A very respectable representative smartphone of the middle class. Probably the most inexpensive screen holder with a refresh rate of 120Hz. The phone got a 6.67-inch IPS LCD touchscreen display and a resolution of 1080 x 2400 pixels with an aspect ratio of 20:9. It is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. The Xiaomi Redmi K30 has installed 8nm Snapdragon 730G processor for its performance with integrated GPU Adreno 618, 6GB or 8GB of RAM with 64GB, 128GB or 256GB of internal storage respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory up to 256GB via a microSD card. For the main camera option of the smartphone, it has quad camera setup on the back side, 64MP main shooter with f1.9 aperture and the 8MP ultra-wide lens with f2.2 aperture and the 2MP dedicated macro camera lens and a 2MP depth sensor lens. The camera provides shooting video in 4K resolution at 30 frames per second and supports 960 frames per second super slow motion video at 720p. The selfie cameras are located in the right corner of the screen, so the cutout for them had to be cut long. It looks specific, but the eye has already begun to get used to it. It has dual camera setup with a 20MP main selfie camera with f2.2 aperture and the 2MP secondary depth sensor lens with f2.4 aperture. Xiaomi Redmi K30 operates Android 10 MIUI 11 operating system. As for the battery, it has 4500 mAh non-removable battery with 27W fast battery charging support, which can charge 100% in just 68 minutes. The phone available in 3 color variants: blue, red, purple, and it weighs about 208 grams. Realme X50 Pro 5G announced in February 2020. The phone got a 6.44-inch 90Hz Super AMOLED display and a resolution of 1080 x 2400 pixels with an aspect ratio of 20:9. And it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. The Realme X50 Pro 5G has installed 7nm plus Snapdragon 865 processor for its performance with integrated powerful GPU Adreno 650. It has 6GB, 8GB or 12GB of RAM with 128GB or 256GB of UFS 3.0 internal storage respectively. This phone does not have any slot for placing a microSD card. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has quad camera setup on the back side. It has 64 megapixel main shooter with f1.8 aperture and the 12 megapixel telephoto lens with f2.5 aperture and the 8 megapixel ultra-wide lens with f2.3 aperture, and the fourth camera is 2 megapixel black and white depth sensor lens. The back camera features LED flash, HDR panorama, gyro EIS etc. And this camera can record 4K video at 30 frames per second and 1080p video at 60 frames per second. On the front side, it has dual camera setup. It has 32 megapixel selfie camera with f2.5 aperture and the 8 megapixel selfie camera with f2.2 aperture. Realme X50 Pro 5G operates Android 10 Realme UI 1.0 operating system. As for the battery, it has 4200 mAh non-removable battery with 65 watt super fast battery charging support. The phone available in two color variant, moss green, rust red, and it weighs about 207 grams. Oppo Reno3 Pro is available in the market from March 2020. The phone got a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED touchscreen display and a resolution of 1080 to 2400 pixels with an aspect ratio of 20:9, and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. The Oppo Reno3 Pro has installed 12nm MediaTek Helio P95 processor for its performance. With integrated powerful GPU PowerVR GM9446, it has 8GB of RAM with 128GB or 256GB of internal storage respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory via a dedicated microSD card slot. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has quad camera setup on the back side. It has 64 megapixel main shooter with f1.7 aperture and the 13 megapixel telephoto lens with f2.4 aperture and the 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor with f2.2 aperture, and the fourth camera is 2 megapixel depth sensor lens with f2.4 aperture. The back camera features a dual LED flash, gyro EIS etc. On the front side, it has dual selfie camera. It has 44 megapixel selfie camera with f2.4 aperture and the 2 megapixel selfie camera with f2.4 aperture. Oppo Reno3 Pro operates Android 10 ColorOS 7 operating system. As for the battery, it has 4025 mAh non-removable battery with 30 watt fast battery charging support. It can charge 50% in just 20 minutes. The phone is available in three color variants: Aurora Blue, Midnight Black, Sky White, and it weighs about 175 grams. Huawei P40 Pro Plus is available in the market from June 2020. The phone got a 6.58-inch OLED touchscreen display and a resolution of 1200 x 2640 pixels, and the Huawei P40 Pro Plus has IP68 rated protection against water and dust up to 1.5 meter for 30 minutes. The Huawei P40 Pro Plus has installed 7nm Plus high silicon Kirin 990 processor for its performance with integrated powerful GPU Mali G76 MP16. It has 8GB of RAM with 256GB or 512GB of internal storage respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory up to 256GB via a microSD card. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has 5 camera setup on the back side. It has 50 megapixel main shooter with f1.9 aperture and the periscope 8 megapixel telephoto lens with f4.4 aperture and the 8 megapixel depth sensor lens with f2.4 aperture, and the fourth camera is 40 megapixel ultra-wide lens with f1.8 aperture and a 3D TOF camera. Back camera features Leica optics, LED flash, panorama, HDR, slow motion up to 7680 frames per second at 720p and 960 fps at 1080p. On the front side, it has 32 megapixel selfie camera with f2.2 aperture and a IR-TOF 3D camera. Huawei P40 Pro Plus operates Android 10 EMUI 10.1 operating system. As for the battery, it has 4200 mAh non-removable battery with 40 watt fast battery charging support. The phone available in two color variant, ceramic black and ceramic white, and its weight about 226 grams.